Hi, welcome to Cruising the World with Jackie. I'm Jackie, and today we're going to start my series on a recent trip I took. I'm going to start with the airport and the airline and the parking. So about a week and a half ago now, we left Maryland and we flew on Frontier out of Philly. So attached you'll see a video a little bit about the airport and then Frontier. And then I don't really have anything about the parking, but at the end I'll kind of give you a little summary of what everything that went on and how I liked it. I originally I hadn't flown out of Philly for a while, and so I looked for videos on Philly, and I really didn't see any, so I did a little video of the Philly airport, so hopefully it'll help somebody else out. So please subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, and it really helps me out. Like it if you like the video, and I'll be back at the end to kind of summarize my experience, what I thought of the airport and the airlines and the parking situation. Thanks. So here we are in Philadelphia's airport. Hopefully you can hear me above the mast or beneath the mast. But we just came through the security check, and we got to sell our books, tech place, a wine bar that's not open yet because it's only 9 o'clock in the morning. And you can see we're going to gate D. So there's a few things down there. Dunkin' Donuts if you get here early, but most of the stuff at this point is closed. So we're going to go head down to gate D. Okay, we're going down. We have a Hudson standard airport store. It's a pretty big one. Then we have an Earl of Sandwich, Chickies and Pete, looks like a pub restaurant. Smoothies. Okay. Continue down here for gates A, B, C, and D. D is where we're going. We're flying Frontier today. So far, everything's been good. We got through Frontier line in about 5 minutes, and probably the security in about 15. That was pretty good. United Club that way to the right. And we're going down to our gate.
Mask wearing is now a federal mandate. Potential fines for non-compliance.
Shoe sign, not there, but
for the first offense.
Interesting.
And $3,000 for the second offense. Please wear a mask while on airport property.
Gates A, B, and C, and the Marriott. Another little Hudson. Okay, we're down to D4, bro. Okay. And here we are. So we're in D. Looks like we have a Mo Burger. A to-go place where you can get sandwiches and stuff, Dunkin' Donuts, a Philly shop, and a juice. So not a lot of options, but I guess if you went in that one place when you came out of security, you would be good to go. Okay, so hopefully now you've watched the little video clips I've done. So let me start with the airport. I guess I'm used to BWI and some of the DC ones. Sorry, my dogs are going a little crazy. And Philly, I guess it needs to be updated in my opinion. Now, the good thing about it is there's one security. So you go in, everybody goes to the same security, and then you go down one hallway and then off from it. So unlike airports that you have to take the trams or people movers or whatever they call them, it is very simple to get around. But once you get down, at least in D, there wasn't really much there. In fact, I misspoke and I said there was a Dunkin' Donuts. There wasn't. When you first get out of security, if you need to eat or something, you need to do it there. Because once you go down, you know, to your gate, there really isn't that much. So there was also no charging stations, and there was not enough seats at the gates. So in my opinion, needs a little updating, but there's nothing wrong with it. I wouldn't want to be there for a long layover. Flying in and out, no problem. But a long layover, I would think you'd have to go back to like one of those pubs and all and sit there, because there's really not anything down by the gates, like I said. Okay, so Frontier. So, I made a video, it's probably been a year and a half ago now, about Spirit versus Frontier, and I said I would give you the lowdown on the airlines. So let me just say, Frontier and Spirit are both what they are. They are low cost alternatives. I didn't see anything wrong with my Frontier. Yes, I'm a very small, not skinny, but I'm under 5 foot, so I'm like 4'11". So, and I'm not very broad shoulder wise. I didn't have that much trouble. Now, my husband, who's an average person size, little under 6 foot, he was a little uncomfortable. But given that, it is what it is. My advice and what I'm going to do going forward is I'm going to price it completely out. And when I say completely, I mean everything, because if you're somebody who likes to know where you're going to sit, then price it out with your seats. If you know you're going to have bags, price it out with the bags. So the whole 9 yards, go through everything, price it out, then compare it to other airlines to see if it's worth it or not. I personally have put like $50 a person. If it's less than $50 a person, I probably will go with Southwest or another airline. But if it's more than $50 a person, then I'll probably go with Frontier. Because for a short trip, I wouldn't do anything over 3 hours, because, you know, it is a little tight. And they don't really serve food. I mean, they do serve food and they charge you for it, but it's nothing, you know, it's not a meal or anything. If I can save over $50 a person, so $100 a couple, I probably would go on Frontier again. But you really do have to price the whole thing. I have to say that I've had this credit for almost 2 years, and they were very good to work with. So I have to say that their customer service is not lacking at all. Now, Spirit, they're very comparable. There were a couple things on Spirit I didn't like, and I can say that for Frontier, I didn't have that same experience. I can also say that Frontier had lots of options out of Philly, which is just as close as other airports to me. So that was good. I do know people who take full advantage of Frontier and do like weekend trips. Like when they have a $19 to Florida, they put stuff in a personal bag, which I have another video about that, but a personal bag is very small. They put stuff in that and they go down to Florida for, you know, $19, $29, $39 for a weekend. If you can do that, great, because that is the way to really get over on Frontier, right? But if you have to go longer, like we were going on a cruise, then you know, do the whole cost analysis. Your seats, if you want seats, you know, seats together. bags, the whole 9 yards, so that you really compare apples to apples. Because if you just look at the price, you know, $59, that's not what you're going to pay. But would I fly Frontier again? Yeah. But I would do the cost analysis. And like I said, I kind of made a thing of $100. If it's $100 cheaper or more, I'd go with Frontier. But you have to know what you're getting into. Like I said, it was packed, but I'm assuming that maybe all airplanes now are packed. You know, overall, it was a good experience for us. There was nothing, you know, there wasn't anything bad. And the customer service, the fact that I had those credits for a long time, you know, I think that's really good. I don't know how other people's experiences with airplane credits. Give me a comment down below and let me know if you've had, you know, similar experience or you've had trouble with your credits, you know, from 2020. But we didn't have any trouble at all with that. The last one is I used Park and Fly in Philly. Again, this is a credit I had from a while ago, and I even had some kind of promotional rate, and I don't remember from where, but from some, you know, a discount from a credit card or something. I'm not sure. It was super duper cheap rate. It was like $6 a day. So for parking, that's really good. When we got there, you know, I just paid for the regular parking. When we got there, that was completely full, and I thought, oh no, here we go. But they upgraded me to valet. Now, I don't really like the valet concept because they have your keys all week while you're gone. So I disconnected my home keys from it. Thank God I had a little thing on it. And we let them park it. Everything was smooth. I have to say though, when we came back, there were other parking vans that got there faster, like while we were waiting for them, which was about 20 minutes, and they were only a few minutes away, so I thought it was a little long. We saw the parking spot, which I don't know anything about. I'm just saying, we saw them come and go about 6 times. So they were a little slow on that, but the price comparison probably is better. You know, 20 minutes didn't make all that much to us. If it had been cold or super hot, maybe it would have. Maybe we wouldn't have liked that. But usually for parking, I just look to see who's the cheapest and how far away they are from the airport and go with them. Would I fly them again? Yeah, probably. They were, like I said, they were a little slow, but the people were really friendly. Nothing happened to our car, and so life was good. So overall, that was our experience. It was pretty good. Will we fly out of Philly again? Yeah. I wouldn't do layovers in Philly if I could avoid it. Like I said, there's no charging stations. The options for food and stuff down by the gates, which is usually, you know, pretty decent, wasn't. You'd have to go back up towards security. You wouldn't have to go through security though. And it was really an easy to navigate airport. It wasn't, you're getting on trams. There's different security for different gates. It was one security, you go in, then you separate, no trams involved. So that is really nice. So overall, a pleasant experience. And if you want to see more about my cruising and our cruise on the Mardi Gras, you know, like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you're notified of my next one. Next couple days, there'll be more and more coming out. My overall experiences on the Mardi Gras. I'm not big into actually videoing. You'll see little clips and then me talking about my experiences like I did here. Thanks. Like and subscribe. Thank you.